more if you're out of county. It may be $20 or so higher. The bond for everyone is $1,500, but they allow, if you're a non-violent offender, I think they allow you to pay 10% of it to get out of jail. So I think it was like $155 or something like that. So someone bailed me out. I don't know who, but I appreciate it. The week before the protest at Walmart, two of my friends got arrested. I bailed them out. So it's kind of like pay it forward thing, right?
No worries. That's why I was there showing up, because I know the way they were talking. I'm like, it's just a matter of time. They told me. They said that to me when I said, here, let me take this off, because when I was inside and I was right next to the Channel 2 news lady, right? They told her to leave. They're like, get out of here. And she said, I'm not part of the protest.
I told them the exact same thing.
And they yelled at her, told her to get out. She's going to be arrested. I said, she's a member of the media. This is all on video. Yeah. Countercurrent News has put this up. You can find video of it. They're Creative Commons license. You just link back to them. You could share it. Share it on your webpage. Copy. Just link back. And they said, get out or you're going to be arrested. I said, you're going to arrest a member of the media? And they looked at her like, you're a member of the media? She goes, yeah, I'm a member of the media. And they just kind of backed off, and they looked at me. They said, get out. I said, I'm a member of the media too.
Yeah, you just don't look like it.
Yeah, I was there, and she was.
Grab it. Go ahead. Go for it.
She was kind of incognito as well. She just had her cell phone and didn't have a big, And they think unless somebody has a giant camera, that it's not real media. But more and more, as you no doubt know, journalists are coming in with iPhones and stuff like that, and getting stuff that you can't get another way. And when I identified myself as a member of the media, the officer said on camera, "You're next." Yeah. Specifically in response to me identifying myself as a member of the media.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me. What they did, they squeezed everyone. They trapped everyone. Were you there? You were there, weren't you? No? They trapped everyone in this entrance, like a hallway where the mall's entrance is. And they trapped protesters, media, and shoppers. There were random people that just were walking in the mall to shop.
That's what I was telling them.
They trapped everyone there, yeah. And I told them, I said, guys, I need to get out of here because I'm not a protester. I don't want to get arrested. And the cop's response was, I don't care. Yeah. I don't care, get out. Well, where would I get out? There are people coming in, it's like trampling each other. So it was really chaotic. The Beaver Creek cops, they escalated the situation. They created a very dangerous situation. Someone could have stepped over a kid, hurt a child.
They pushed my child, my elementary school age child. They forcibly shoved him. Yeah. I did not see that. My wife saw it. He told me about it. And outside, they threatened to arrest my other son just for having a camera and filming them arresting Virgil. That's all he was doing. And he said, get over here, and goes to grab him. And I let him know he was going to have a serious problem if he thought he was going to arrest a 14-year-old who was not breaking the law. When police officers arrest somebody for not breaking the law, they are breaking the law.
Right.
That's a crime. They don't get to just arrest people. And when I talked to the dispatcher, I called her immediately. I called to report a crime. She said, well, if they arrest somebody and they weren't really breaking the law, it'll get sorted out.
After you post bail and after you spend several $1,000s to defend yourself.
After my 14-year-old son's been traumatized by being put in a cage by some psychopath.
Right.
Then it'll all get sorted out. No, it's not happening. It's not happening.
It won't happen today because we're here armed. We're prepared to defend ourselves. I am. I can only speak for myself. So if anyone is going to aggress against us, we'll see what happens. So, this is the way the First Amendment and the Second Amendment work together. And they were created like that. The founding fathers kind of knew what they were doing when they wrote the Constitution.
It wasn't a coincidence that they're sandwiched together.
No,
it wasn't like First Amendment and then they're like, oh, we're almost done. What else? Oh, guns! Because we got to go deer hunting. And so that's all it's for. I hope nobody ever gets the wrong idea and thinks it's about military-style weapons, which all their guns were at the time. Of course, the equivalent of the day of these guns.
Yep,
and they had. For the viewers out there who think, well, come on, they couldn't imagine something that holds a bunch of rounds. There were firearms in the 1700s that held more than 20 rounds. This is just the reality. Lewis and Clark then in the 1800s had ones that held over 20 rounds. It was in fact, they would go around and they would show off their shooting skills, and the people they would encounter
Quick
would
reloading,
say,
yes.
what is that? You know, what planet did they get that from?
Right.
So
Lever action.
this is not something brand new for filming.
Yeah, and the truth is that governments and tyrannical governments never liked firearms. They never liked weapons. They like weapons for themselves. They never liked the people to own and possess and use firearms, because tyranny and self-defense, they kind of are, opposite of each other. So we're glad to be here. So you have something to say.
I like what you said about the First and Second Amendment being together, and I think there's a reason the first is the first and the second is the second.
I did. Yeah, we're just talking.
First Amendment is there for us to redress, to petition the government for redress of grievances. We petition by, holding our signs, by protesting, by talking. We try to work things out by talking. Failing that,
If they don't let you talk, if they arrest you for talking, they arrest you for filming, then you go on to the next amendment.
exactly. And I think the founders were very wise by doing it that way, by saying, hey, let's talk about it first, but if communications break down and it turns violent, we need to be ready to throw off this oppressive government. So I think that's a very important point to make. That,
I would like to add one more thing, and that is, I called the Beaver Creek Police Department to report the multiple crimes that the officers committed that day. Immediately afterwards, I was told no one is here. I said, nobody's there? There's not one law enforcement officer in the entire place. They said, no, they're all at the mall. I said, jokingly, a great time to rob a bank, huh? And she kind of nervously laughed. But the point is, they had all their forces, all their resources at that mall for a peaceful protest. Aren't they supposed to be protecting us? Isn't that what they say they're getting taxpayer money to do? There was no one there to take a criminal complaint because they were all at the mall arresting peaceful protesters. I've since left a message for Chief Evers, who I've spoken to in the past, who was very cordial with myself and Virgil when we were reporting at the vigil at the Beaver Creek Police Department. I've left a message for him every day telling him about the crimes that were committed and that I want to sit down with him. He has refused to return my calls. Today I left a message for the city manager saying that the mayor, myself, Virgil, and him, the city manager, and the chief, that we should all get together and discuss this, because they keep escalating things at every turn. They're violating the law. The next call is really to the Attorney General and to the FBI. And as a father whose son was violently attacked by these police officers, I am able to report this to the FBI and initiate a criminal investigation on the federal level into what the Beaver Creek Police have been doing.
I think the last protest when that lady got hit with her car.
Yeah.
What happened? Is there any charges on the police or what?
Nothing. They didn't cite the cop. I've called about that. Chief Evers wouldn't return my call for that. If you hit somebody with a car, even if it's an accident, you have to at least get cited. You can't. If you hit somebody and then you drive away, which we filmed them doing, that's a hit and run. An officer in SUV cruiser number 149 hit a pedestrian in the pedestrian lane. He hit her and he drove away. That's a hit and run. So I've asked Chief Evers for a comment on why he is not issuing us at least a citation to that officer. Radio silence, just like when they went to their encrypted radio channel right now. They're trying to cover up. It's a criminal police department. They're trying to cover up criminal activity, and it's not going to stay in the shadows. It's not going to stay in the dark for long, because the more they come out in force, with violence, and with repression, the more the spotlight is getting shined on them, and the more people are taking notice. I've heard from people in Seattle, in Denver, in Ferguson, people who are interested in doing solidarity protests with John Crawford and with the community of Beaver Creek. This is not going away. I tried to tell this to them. It's not going away. This isn't how it works. The tighter they try to grab a hold of everybody, the more everything is going to come apart and slip through their fingers.
No, I won my last lawsuit with police. I don't mind winning another.
Yeah, I think I may end up suing them this time around because it's ridiculous. False arrest?
We appreciate it so much. We really do. Thank you.
I'm here, I mean, I don't really care that he was black. I don't care whether the gun was fake or not. Even if it was real, he wasn't breaking a crime. Police are just too quick to shoot, and they clearly have a failure of training since this is happening across the country. So we just have to do what we can to call attention to these cases, that they make obvious mistakes and get away with it. I mean, there's only one suit that you can wear to get away with murder every time, and it's a blue one. And that's what we're here, that we have issue with.
Now! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Justice!
Black Lives Matter. You can hear it. I'm going to have somebody caption it. I need somebody to caption it. Because I can't email it.
No lawyer needed, no ID, nothing. You're a voter. Did you vote him in? Go get your records. Ohio is of the 13 colonies, a state of records. Understand? Ohio is so sacred in record. Service.
I have to wait for somebody to come get me, so...
Time to leave! Time to go, guys! Go get our friends and bring them out. There's no reason to arrest them. There's no reason to arrest them. You're off the property. It's all good, right?
So you're not arresting the people in there? Why are you at us? What are we doing that they're not? You're not asking them.
He wasn't sitting down. He wasn't doing any of the things. Let's go! Let's go! So there's obedience. He was walking out. Why wouldn't you let him out? Private property, let's go. Time to go.
I gotta wait for somebody to come get me.
Okay, well. Time to go. This is your last warning. Time to go or you're going to jail. My last warning? Yes, it is. Time to go. You're here on trespassing on private property. I told you to leave. It's time to go. Time to go. Hey, he was the one that was holding the ladder sign.
I'm waiting for him to come back, sir.
Hey, he's going.
I swear to God, I'm waiting for my husband to come back. I don't have a phone to get a hold of you. This one doesn't call out. They're getting ready to arrest someone over there for no reason. Sir, we're only here for our rights. I'm not trying to cause any problem, but I'm just here trying to say we have rights. Joe, come here.